It's Nolan.
Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show.
Activate beast mode, I just hit cheat code. Gotta say his niggas want Rico. Ayy, I was on TiVo, green dot reload. About to touch that like Tizo. Ayy, stunning like Steve-O, simple like free throw. Juice color like Nigo. Ayy, whip got soup like miso. Ayy, nigga take L like default. Riding through the city, no gas. I be floating on the track, no rail. Okay. Never did art. I just need cheese for the craft for front. I don't put it on tab. Never tell move smart. Hollywood to school with your dad. Now they got me saying rules in the class. I'm just trying to do my part. Nigga walk smooth like Shaft. Wanna see me come through for the back. I got my 808 dumping when I'm cruising through the street. We just vibing, niggas riding, hit the spot like 10 deep. I need my squad on my back. We ain't no game, but they my peeps. I need like 20K at least. I'm just trying to keep the peace.
What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody's doing well out there this Tuesday evening. Now, in this particular show, we're going to be talking about Miss Melyssa Ford. Of course, we all know what's been going on with Mel the last few days. Of course, Drake dropped the Give Me a Hug record in which he was shooting at Joe Budden, but simultaneously giving her a shout out at the same time, called her a legend from the six, right? So we're going to get into some of the backlash that Mel has received ever since this record came out. She kind of played into it a little bit. She had some fun with it on social media, but unfortunately the Joe Budden, the Joe Budden verse has not been so friendly to her ever since this happened. I don't know what's going on, man. It seems like, for real, the fans of that podcast don't really like Melyssa Ford. They really wish she would leave. They really wish she would be replaced, get fired. And at every opportunity they get to critique her and basically throw her under the bus, they take it, and they take it all the way. You know what I'm saying? They don't half step with it. They really want her gone. So we're going to get into some of the things that they've been saying to her because she did do a post featuring the Give Me a Hug record. And they didn't like that shit. She went on Spaces and talked about the situation and, gave some of her thoughts. We're going to play that. And then we're also going to get into 50 Cent, who has a rebuttal for Joe Budden, right? Because in a recent episode of the Joe Budden podcast, he talked about 50 Cent's reaction to Irv Gotti passing away. And he basically said that Irv Gotti needed therapy. Now, some people may look at that statement and say, ain't that the motherfucking pot calling the kettle black? And shit. I ain't mad if you do, right? But I do believe Joe Budden, for all of his, questionable takes, questionable things that have happened in his life, actions, etc. I do believe he is in therapy or has been in therapy for a while. So I guess somebody that's in it, that needed it, could possibly tell somebody, hey man, you should probably try this out. Now, of course, 50 Cent is not open for any suggestions, especially as it pertains to his character. So he didn't take that kindly, and he posted some things on social media to disparage Joe. Don't know how serious he is or if it's just jokes coming from 50 at this point, but we shall see. All right, we'll get into that momentarily as well. First up, let's get into this whole Melyssa Ford, you a legend from the six, hate to see you with a dick sucker situation, right? So almost immediately after this whole thing hit the net, of course, it was pod day for Joe Budden and them. They asked Melyssa Ford, how she felt about the shout out on the record at the time. She claims it was the first time that she heard it. She said she was still processing it. A lot of people didn't like how she appeared on camera, and they took her relative silence as a cosign. I think some people expected Melyssa Ford to say, fuck that shit, nigga. I don't fuck with you. We dated way back in the day. Don't be trying to get back in my good graces now. You was out here playing, you know what I'm saying? You was out here playing with me. You was dealing with me. You was dealing with Takara. Fuck you. It's JBP till I die. I guess y'all expected her to get on some type of, gangster energy like that. But honestly, she just said thank you. Right? That's cool. I'll receive it. As a seasoned grown woman should do. At least that's what I would expect. But again, with these cult followings and these parasocial relationships that people have in these different communities, that wasn't enough, right? So then she goes on social media. She goes on Instagram. I'll share my screen. She then decides to update her bio on Instagram. So it says Pod Queen, but then it's Legend from the Six, right? So now she's using it as a tagline, which again, I'm not mad at that. Somebody deems you as a legend, why would you turn it down? Hey, you bigging me up, homie. I ain't got to like you. I like what you said, though. Salute. Right? But then she went on to make this post that included the Gimme a Hug record, okay?
You a legend from the six, shit about to be a lit summer. Melyssa for you a legend from the six, shit about to be a lit summer. Melyssa for you a legend from the six, 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 Melyssa for. Now I will say at least she had the decency to not use the dick sucker line. I mean, shit, man, can't we give her a little bit of credit? So the caption says what he said, let's heat up the summer, right? Because he did say it's going to be a hot summer or a sick summer or whatever the fuck he said. Whatever it was. Lit summer, excuse me. She posts this reel here at the beach. I mean, hey, man. I'm not mad at it at all. But let's see what people are saying in the comments. Oh, that's one of the homies with the Joe Budden John. Let me take myself out the screen. So we got some people that's laughing. Someone here says, Mel, flipping Joe gonna roast you for the song. Blase blah. They say play the whole line. So people are having fun with it for the most part. Big Mel, never the little one, etc., etc. Don't forget what Joe said, hold it down. How she supposed to hold it down, right? And folks are just having fun. I love that you're taking advantage of your legendary status. But when you go onto other posts on her Instagram, there's some people that are really angry. Okay? So on this post that was literally put up a year ago, you got this guy here saying, Joe fired you yet? This person here says the Drizzy effect. All right, this is another one from a year ago. This nigga says he shout out an old lady. This other one says, don't let that Drake line go to your head. He's literally looking for friends. Every video girl wants to be Melyssa Ford, but what you don't know is Melyssa Ford drives a Honda Accord. She'll do anything to go to the Grammy Awards. And for those that don't know, that was when Game name dropped her and was calling her out and was being messy on Wouldn't Get Far. Whoa, not dick sucker. This one right here says, isn't Joe Budden your boss? You should be fired unless you're given that neck. Disgusting. This person here says that was easy. The boy is a master manipulator indeed, and these women eat it up. So again, you can see mixed batch of commentary here. So Mel was recently on Spaces, and she was asked how she's been feeling ever since all of this hit the scene, the reception that she's got. I'm sure she's gotten crazy messages across all the different platforms and stuff like that. And here's what she had to say in response.
The first time I heard the song was when Joe played it.
Oh, wow. So we
Sitting
got
right
live
that was
reaction.
that was the first time that I had heard it. And the guys, they were like, we know you've heard the song. I said, I promise you, I have not. Look, I have a process when I wake up in the morning on pod days. Like I wake up at the very I spend the last minute that I can in bed. So and then I get up, I go turn on the shower, I turn on the coffee maker, I put on a podcast, like Hidden Brain, because I have to mentally prepare for the day. And that's how I do it. And I never, ever, ever, ever stray from that pattern and that routine. I never listen to music in the morning. ever. It's just not my thing. Unless I'm going to the gym, then I'm not listening to music. I'm listening to a podcast. It's how I put my makeup on and get myself ready for the day, and then I leave to work, and I'm usually like, within seconds of being late to work. So I truly had not heard the song. I did wake up and see a shit ton of text messages.
Mm-hmm.
I said, "Wait, what the fuck is going on?" And then through my bleary-eyed vision, I saw, my girlfriend, basically all caps screaming, "Drake mentioned you in a fucking song." And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
"Oh my." And I was like, "Oh my
You a
God, what did he
legend from the
say?"
six. Okay.
That was not what I thought he was going to say.
Well, I don't know why, Mel,
but that's
please.
genuinely when I tell you so, Mel. Like, not that you need a reminder, but sometimes we do. Let me not say that. Sometimes people do need reminders. We're human.
It's not like I have been in the talks about the beef. It's not like I've been extraordinarily like Drake friendly. I've tried to be I've been as objective as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Like, standing outside looking in, fan of both of them, just the perception, just the fans' perception. So for him to have said that, I mean, I was just like, that was the relief that was the relief. And I just was like, shit, thank you. Like, that's nice to be recognized by a
Mm-hmm.
fucking legend from the six. Drake is
Mm-hmm.
one of the most famous people to ever come out of Canada. And for him to recognize me as such, because I've always felt like I was too,
And
was really,
is.
and is, thank you, is really fantastic and humbling and stuff like that. And what's strange is, like, I don't really know how people expected me to react at that very moment. What was I supposed to do? Like, I think that some people were like, "What the fuck is with this muted reaction?" I'm like, "What would you want me to do? Jump up and down? Like, oh my God, he mentioned my name." I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, no. When have I ever been that person? That is not me. Maybe that would be your
Right.
reaction because you're not used to something like that. But the
Clock
fact of
it.
the matter is that my name has been mentioned more than once in a song. Like, and I'm not even talking about fucking Game here. I'm Lupe Fiasco, Kanye West. Like, my name has been said in songs before. So, it's like, it's wonderful when it happens, and it's wonderful when they speak highly of you. Can't have fun and lean into something that puts me on a
Sure does.
pedestal for a second. Stop it. Leave me the fuck alone. If it bothers you so much,
Come
don't
on.
come to my fucking
Talk
leave
that
me
shit.
alone. Leave me alone. Stop acting like I have to adhere to some kind of fucking leave me alone. I don't have to adhere to shit. If what I do bothers you, get the fuck off my page. You better believe that I was trending, for
Sure
fuck's
were.
sakes. You better believe I'm going to take advantage of this moment, because when the fuck do they come around? Not every day. They just don't. So, yes, this is the equivalent of a fucking bag, okay? And I'm talking about Gucci. I'm talking about a fucking
The
bag of
bag,
money.
the bag, the official
The
bag.
bag.
That's
Shout out to the kitchen for capturing that, by the way, since their branding was on the screen and everything. You know what I'm saying? But couple things. I understand where Melyssa Ford is coming from, especially with the show that she's on and the co-host that she works with. A lot of times Melyssa ends up becoming the butt of the joke. They talk about the way she talks, the words that she uses. They talk about her angles when it comes to women related topics. They say she dodges accountability. They pick on Mel pretty much every podcast. Now, everybody gets their jokes in, everybody gets joked on, but I do feel like they spend a lot of time dissecting her top to bottom, how she approaches topics, how she's softball with a lot of topics that they go over. You know what I'm saying? All of the different things. When they talk about music, she really doesn't have much to offer in those conversations. For whatever reason, maybe it's because of relationships in the industry that she doesn't want to offend anybody by giving out negative opinions or being overly opinionated about what they have going on. But she's kind of like the objective host, while the rest of the guys could kind of get their shit off, but she catches a lot of shit for it. You know what I'm saying? Do I feel like she's the best co-host? No, right? But since she's there, she offers what she does. Joe is pretty much he's familiar with what she brings to the table. She's been there for at least 2 years, damn near 3 at this point. So if he wanted her gone, he would have did that, right? But like I said, I understand where she's coming from, where this is an opportunity where she can be hoisted up, put on a pedestal, appreciated, blah, blah, blah. And people that don't like it, of course, are looking at it from the standpoint of, you work for Joe Budden, he's shitting on your co-host, the guy who pays you, the namesake of the podcast. You're supposed to at least, if you don't shit on Drake, then maybe you shouldn't say anything at all. And to that, I must say, I disagree. I feel like there's multiple instances where this has happened on shows where, I mean, The Breakfast Club would be a great example, right? Where maybe an artist had a problem with Angela Yee, or maybe an artist had a problem with Charlemagne or Envy. You know, he's even gotten into his own shit. But that same artist may say, you know, I rock with Envy, I rock with Charlemagne, but fuck her, or vice versa. And in most cases, when that happens, the other co-hosts are gonna say, "Hey, shit, I'm just glad you wasn't mad at me." We see that all the time, right? You can see that on TNT with the motherfucking with the guys on Inside the NBA or whatever the fuck the show is called, right? Some niggas might get mad at Shaq, some niggas might get mad at motherfucking Charles Barkley. But shit, Ernie, as long as he's in good graces of the players, he gonna be like, shoot, I don't know what y'all are talking about. I'm good, baby. We see it all the time. But for whatever reason, because Melyssa is on the Joe Budden podcast, it's supposed to be something else. Like she supposed to turn into fucking Yo-Yo or somebody. Come the fuck on. Now, at the end, when she said this shit is equivalent to a bag, I mean, I guess it is. If you're trending on Twitter, it does increase your traffic, increase everything that you have going on. She's got a podcast of her own, Hot and Bothered, which definitely needs to be patronized by more people because she doesn't have the same marketing and support base that Joe Budden does for their pod. So anything that's going to mention her in a positive light, get her trending, get her popping, yeah, it does actually equal a bag. You know what I'm saying? The first time I heard it, though, I was like, a bag? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? You took that a little far. But as I actually sit down and assess it a little bit further from a business perspective, you can't really pay to be trending. You can't really pay even if you hate Drake. You know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of people do. And hey, everybody's got their reasons. But when Drake mentions somebody in a song, it is a big deal. It does become a spectacle. It does become something that you can turn into a movement or a moment that can work in your favor. So I'm not mad at her for using that in her favor. You know what I'm saying? I think anybody that is mad at her needs to grow the fuck up. Like, we talking about everybody involved is damn near 40 and up. So what do you expect them to do? You expect the Joe Budden podcast to fucking do a drive-by when Drake pops out in New York? It's not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? And all of them do it. Ish been holding Drake down for the past 2 years, right? So there's no way he could call her out because he been Team Drake the whole time. Joe flip-flops on Drake. One day he loves him. One day he feels bad for the fact that he's getting, you know, a rough shake in the industry. The next day he's kicking his motherfucking back in saying he's right. He rightfully deserves it. So to have a firm stance when the people that you're paying attention to don't, and you're riding on their behalf, that seems a bit foolish to me. But who am I? You know, just a talking head. Let's move on to the whole 50 Cent Joe Budden situation, right? So first we're gonna play the clip, and it's not a short clip, but if it gets derailed too much, I'm gonna stop it. Where they get into 50 Cent trolling Irv Gotti and just being an overall asshole with the news of him passing away and his reaction to the situation. Okay. Now, of course, with all things JBP, we gotta play the audio. All right, just to be clear.
Go ahead. I mean, 50 wrong too. You could.
But here's the
disagree
thing.
with that.
50 hold on, wait.
Disagree with that.
Niggas tried to kill him.
Who tried to kill him?
Them tried to kill him.
What does that have to do with
I'm gonna tell you,
Irv
they shot him 9 times. They shot him in front of his grandmother's house while his grandma was outside.
Stop.
Hold on, you asked me a question.
But go ahead.
Okay, cool. They tried to kill him. He survived. Not only that, they stood with the guy that claimed to try to kill him or that tried to kill him. So it was up forever. He almost lost his life. Same thing I told Cadillac Ty, same thing I told niggas, and they said, yo, niggas get shot every day. But that's not true. I survived you guys trying to kill me, so it's always up and stuck. Do we like it? No, but some people have a reason to say what they say. It's up forever.
I disagree with that.
I'm not mad at Flip saying that. I'm not mad at Flip saying that.
There's no record of Irv Gotti trying to kill 50 Cent.
That's the part I was about to say.
The internet just keeps saying that. Maybe 50 said it somewhere. I don't know. But there is no known record of Irv Gotti trying to kill 50 Cent.
There's record of
not Irv.
There's
no. There's record of the incident in the studio where Irv himself, rest in peace, has spoken and said, yeah, he came in here, he stabbed him up a little. They've had more than just that one incident that Irv was not a part of. They've had beef, not rap beef, they've had real life beef.
True.
That and niggas have tried to harm each other for years. And that is a different level. That's not none of this hip hop shit.
Let me ask you a question.
What's up?
I want to say something to this.
And I'm going to say something else to that too. In that particular beef that we talking about, who, I don't know all the backstory.
Yeah.
Who seemingly was the aggressor in that beef? I don't know.
Who was the aggressor? 50.
Okay.
50 was the aggressor on a rapping scale, though. Preem asked 50 to chill. Yo, I'm working with this artist. I know you. They went over there to the hood to speak to Fifth. They went through Black Child because they were cool. Yo, chill. Asked 50 to chill. They had the conversation. 50 didn't want to chill for whatever 50 reason is. On some hip-hop shit, on some...
Gotta pause this because I talked about this in my video when Irv passed. Goes a little bit deeper than just 50 being on the rap shit. There was an incident where Ja Rule got his chain snatched in a club by one of 50 Cent's associates, and word got around that 50 allegedly had sent homeboy to snatch the chain, right? If you go back to the 90s, the early 2000s, it even happens today, but it's less, I guess, a little less serious today than it was, let's say 15, 20, 30 years ago. Back when niggas' chains used to get snatched during those time periods, shit used to get critical. Niggas died over that shit. You know what I'm saying? Rap beefs got sparked over that shit. Phone calls had to happen. Powwows had to happen behind the scenes. People had to really calm down their wolves over shit like that. That's part of the reason why shit was going on with Tupac, with you know what I'm saying, the East Coast, with niggas' chains getting snatched and stuff like that. This was a thing that led to some detrimental situations. Now, again, on some street shit, if we're talking about streets outside of hip hop, nigga get his chain snatched, it could go how it's gonna go. You know what I mean? Whether it's gonna be the get back or if a nigga just be happy to get out alive. But when you put public figures in the mix and niggas want to uphold their machismo or their image or whatever the case may be, when shit gets out that somebody done snatched your shit and you ain't do nothing about it, it becomes a problem, and then niggas want to overcompensate, right? So I think that part can't be left out of the story as to the anthology of 50 Cent, Ja Rule, Irv, whatever, because that was a thing, which also led to, again, people making calls, trying to set up a powwow. 50 Cent and Ja Rule had a powwow, or were supposed to, or about to have a powwow. 50 Cent walks up, Ja Rule has a bat. Ja Rule gets to moving the bat around. 50 Cent says, hey, I don't like how he moving that bat around. Fuck that. Snuffs him out. You know what I'm saying? They end up having another incident. They get in the studio. Niggas have a scuffle. 50 Cent gets stabbed. You know what I'm saying? It's like a few different things that have happened between these two parties. I can't speak on whether or not you will be happy for a person that in some way contributed to your harm. You know what I'm saying? Impossible execution if that's what niggas was looking for. You know what I'm saying? I don't know that to be true. I'm just saying. But I'm just speaking to the incidents that occurred, because they're talking, but they're not including key details that somebody may hold on to. I'm going to let them finish though.
rapper shit, I'm gonna keep dissing him, and then look what it turned into. So now are we saying that if I diss you on the, because we mixing it up. If I diss you on the record,
mix it up because hip hop is the new meaning for I need therapy.
True.
My thing is,
Kanye West needs therapy. 50 Cent needs therapy. I don't care if you agree with the rationale. And 50's 50, he gonna stand in it. He gonna stand strong in it.
He is.
But if 50 feel like that, the nigga go smoke a cigar in the cigar room. Like, I'm not telling him how to feel.
Yeah, he can feel like that.
Yeah, feel like that. But publicly saying, yo, damn, I wanted him to see my new shows. Or fucking whatever the fuck is being said, I think it's wrong. I think it's wrong. I think niggas need help. Shit,
I'm with you, niggas
we
do
ain't
need
even
help.
gotta get to somebody dying. I thought him saying to Lil Meech, somebody who you acted like you cared about, somebody who you showed up for, was playing the mentor role for. Now whatever's going on with the show or Big Meech or yada, yada, yada. What show, little nigga? Kick rock. Like, to be able to turn so cold.
But why you say acted? Like,
He's not acting.
Like, he's not acting. Like, you can care about
This nigga
somebody.
turned on his own son.
Yeah, no, hold on. You can care about You can care about someone, and they can do something, and you can change your feelings.
All right, well, I can speak for me and only me. Whoever I have a beef with, tension with, some type of problem with that didn't get resolved, when one of us die, it's over for me. I'm not going to play moral police with what other people do.
I respect that.
That shit that Kanye did, to me, is whack. I think the shit 50 did is whack too, but it's different.
It's different.
It is different, but I personally think it's whack.
So that was Joe Budden and the guys getting they shit off. Joe Budden says 50 needs therapy. Kanye needs therapy. He doesn't agree with how 50 Cent handled the situation. I don't agree with it either, honestly. But word got around to 50. As you can see, we're on his Instagram page now. He's got a screenshot of the situation looking at the YouTube. That nigga went to YouTube to snag it. And here's what 50 Cent had to say. He says, "Stay out my mix, Joe. Talking about I need therapy. Bitch, you need to stop walking around naked. The fuck is you doing in the hallway with your balls out, pump?" So he says, "Ain't nothing you could tell me, boy. You out here getting goddamn lewd charges, walking around there being naked and shit, boy, in your apartment complex, nigga. You can't say a motherfucking thing to me. You need just as much therapy as I do. Fuck you doing walking around here in the nude, looking lewd." Oh, man. And I think he posted something else about Joe, but it looks like it got deleted. What happened to it? For whatever reason, it's not on his Instagram any longer. Maybe they had a conversation of some sort. But somebody caught it. And they say 50 Cent doubles down on Joe via IG, to which he posts this this gif of Joe Budden being angry, throwing his fucking hat and and headset off, throwing his feet in the air too. This is a viral clip that happened last year. But in the caption, 50 Cent says, "They just told Joe what I said. Yeah, I mean what I said, pump." So basically, he's positioning it like the Joe Budden podcast let him know what 50 said, and this was Joe's reaction. This nigga 50 is crazy, man. But once again, I honestly agree with Joe. 50 needs therapy, man. Needs better ways to handle situations. I know he uses them to his advantage. He hashtags all his companies, his brands and stuff when he goes on these tangents and makes jokes about people, but he's been rubbing people the wrong way for years in the industry. I know folks have gotten accustomed to him doing these things, but 50 is damn near 50. I think at a certain point he could find other constructive ways to do what he does, right? But y'all let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, become an insider, and I will catch y'all on the next one, all right? Much love and respect, y'all. Peace.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rag. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef for computers, I'm straight out the sewer, we come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest, but drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I been dropping these haters like calories. Cross I'm out, I came back with some boundaries, stand for my honor. But too raw, no corner, packing the stick with a drummer. When I catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.